My name is Reggie. I'm a senior at LaSalle University, and today I'm going to be showing some workouts that you can do at your home to stay fit. So if you want to change any of your workouts, first you should consult with your healthcare provider, because as I stated, I'm a student, I'm not a professional yet. So I'm going to be showing you some workouts that consist of a warm-up, some core activations, some different plyometrics we can do, either with the dumbbell or with free weight. I'm going to show you either or, and some heart spiking exercises as well. Those are good for getting your heart rate up, get your blood pumping, work up a good sweat. So first, I have a resistance band. So if you don't have a resistance band, that's fine, but if you do, it's just adding more resistance so you can fire up the glutes or whatever you're using to do with your resistance band. So to start off with, I'm going to be doing some lateral band walks. So what you're going to put the resistance bands a little bit above your knees. And the most important thing with you doing, you want to make sure you're always keeping resistance, keeping some space between your legs so you can really feel your glute meats firing up. So now what I'm going to show you is a side lateral band walk. I'm just going to go up and down once. So what this is targeting your glute medius and your glute min and glute max, right? So you always want to start off slightly bending your knees a little bit, always keeping your chest tall, your shoulders relaxed, and always engage your core. That's key when you're working out. Sometimes people forget to engage their cores because it's something that easily to forget when you're working out, but you want to always squeeze your core. The center of your core protects your spine. It makes the whole workout better and easier. So keeping your chest nice and tall, I'm going to step nice big side steps. Come back. Come back. Come back. So as you can see while I'm doing this, I'm keeping my chest nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes looking forward, and I'm also keeping that nice space between my legs. Now as I'm doing this, I find my left glute med fire up right now. I'm going to go back to the other side so I can put my right glute med line up. So you want to go nice and slow. You want to really feel that squeeze as you're going side to side. There's no need to rush this. Go nice and slow. Always keeping that space between your legs, picking your feet up each step. You don't want to drag your feet. You want to pick your feet up each step, right? So that's one. Another one you could do is just a regular squat. But a squat, you want to make sure you're having a good. When you're squatting down, you want to act like you're sitting down in a seat. You want your feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to show you this way. You want your feet shoulder width apart. You don't want your knees caving in. You don't want your knees going out. Make sure your knees is not going over your toes. So chest nice and tall. Engage your core. Relax your shoulders. Now when you squat down, act like you're sitting in a chair. Come back up slowly. So as I'm going down, I'm sticking my hips back, coming back up, squeezing my glutes, my butt cheeks, my hamstrings as I'm coming back up, as well as your quads as well. So this is a good lower body workout, good warm up. Just gonna do this 2 more times. And then 1 more. So another one that I like to do is I like to just stand over here, stand on the table, and you can call these kickbacks. So what you're really gonna do is you're gonna extend your leg, and then you're gonna really fire up your glute max and your hamstrings. So as you're slowly kicking your legs back, you should really feel your glute max and your hamstrings fire up. And like I always say, engage your core. Nice and stable, nice and controlled. Really feel that resistance. As that band is fighting to pull you back forward, you're going against it. So that's why I love using the resistance bands. Same thing on the other side. Remember, keep your knee locked. Go back, nice and slow. Keep engaging your core. You can do some reverse lunges. You can do some side lunges, right? That's a good little warm-up you can do. Now to get into a little bit of core, I'm gonna show you about 2 or 3. This right here is called a bird dog. So you're gonna get into your hands and knees. You wanna make sure your hands are under your shoulders. Your knees is in line with your hips. So what I'm gonna do is opposite arm, opposite leg. Now you wanna make sure your spine is nice and straight. You kind of want to picture that you're balancing a glass of wine on your back. So make sure it's not, you don't want the glass of wine to fall over, right? So just keep it nice and balanced. I'm gonna extend my left arm and my right leg. Nice and controlled, always squeezing your core. This is a core workout. Breathing is very key. As you extend out, you want to exhale out. As you bring your arms and legs back in, you want to inhale through your nose. By breathing out, it's adding a little more push into your workout so you're getting that forward range of motion. Next, I'm going to show you a dead bug. So that's just flipping on your back, kind of the opposite. So you're on your back. Making sure your back is nice and glued to the floor. So whenever you're doing floor workouts, it's always key that your back is flat, right? Because sometimes when you're trying to engage your core, and then if you're not doing it properly or you're not squeezing as tight as you can, your back can start to rise or arch. We don't want that because it puts too much stress on your back. So you want to make sure you're squeezing your core really good so that your back is flat. So with this, elbow is 90 degrees, knees 90 degrees. Same thing, opposite arm, opposite leg. Come back in and meet. Come back in and meet. Come back in and meet. Come back in. So that was a good one. 2 good exercises that you could do for the core. So now for a little bit of upper body and strength that we would say, right? So because that I don't have too much equipment in this house, I'm just gonna do some body weights that you can do. So the first one that I like, everyone should know, is a push-up. Now there's 2 ways that we can modify a push-up. I'm gonna show you the first way, which I usually do. So you want your hands under your shoulders. You need to make sure that your eyes looking at the ground. If you want to, you can keep your chin tucked in if that will help release some stress on your neck, help lengthen your spine as well. So you're gonna get into a standing up plank position, extending your legs, making sure you're engaging your core, like I said. You don't want your hips sinking in. You don't want your hips rising up. You want your hips leveled like you're in a nice straight plane. So as you go down, come back up. Remember, when you come up, you want to push out, breathe out. Inhale down, breathe out. Inhale down, breathe out. Now, modified way is that if this is your first time doing push-ups and you're kind of in the beginning stages, you can modify it by standing on your knees, keeping your knees close together, still keeping your hands under your shoulders, keeping your eyes looking down at the ground, and same thing, when you come down, inhale. When you come out, exhale out. Inhale down, exhale when you come out. Another one that you can still do while you're on the ground is shoulder taps. This is really gonna work your shoulders, the chest, as well as the core, really working stability. So hands under your shoulders, extending your legs, keeping your back straight, engaging your core. We're gonna do some shoulder taps. Seems pretty simple, but after about a good 45 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds, you're really gonna feel the burn. Working up a sweat already. So for a little bit of heart spikers now, there's many of them that you can do. You can do some high knees, standing in place. So what I like to tell my clients is, at the internship that I do, what I tell them is 35 seconds. So you want to stay stationary, meaning that you're standing still. And always remember, when you're moving your arms, when you're moving your knees like this, you're going to move your arms as well. That's going to help you run a little bit better when you're running in the future. So high knees starting off, nice and simple. You're going to make sure you want to try to get your knees past your hips, but keep your arms pumping. Another one you can do is a simple jumping jacks. But you want to make sure you're making a nice big start. You're coming out of the top, full range of motions. Your legs are spreading apart, nice and wide, but not too much. Like this. You really want to keep it a little bit past your shoulders. So, like that. Coming to the top, up and down. Nice good one is mountain climbers. Oh man, those get real. Mountain climbers, you're gonna come back like you're doing shoulder taps in that position, extending your legs, except for you're gonna drive your knees into your chest, like this. Those are really good core workouts right there, as well as strengthening your wrists and your shoulders. So those are some workouts that you can do at your house while you stay safe during the quarantine to stay fit. I'm Reggie, and you have a good night.